given to a generative AI so that it produces the output you want. Okay. And in practice, this is the art of communicating with AI systems in natural language. Okay. And you are given instructions or asking questions in a way the AI can understand and respond to effectively. Okay. And you can think of it like writing a very specific request, let's say to a colleague or an employee. But here, the colleague is an AI model. Okay, that has read billions of words and can generate code, text, or the other content. Okay, so that's what prompt engineering is, and why a developer should master it. So obviously, first of all, we are moving into an era of AI augmented development. So instead of writing manual code line by line, developers are now also writing prompts that describe what they want, okay, the code or outcome to be, letting AI generate or assist with implementation. So basically, that's the main thing, that you need to write good prompts in order to be much more productive, okay, and because if you're not writing good prompt, you'll be not be able to get the desired result from the AI, okay. And if you are writing good prompt, if you know much more about prompting, you would be able to get good prompt engineering roles as well in the industry. Okay. So as I told you, prompts are the new code. Okay. Like you can just think of like prompts as new form of code. So as developers, we are used to writing code that instructs the computer what to do, right? We are like writing code, we are like creating functions, classes. So now with prompt engineering, we write instructions for an AI now, right? Because and that's similar to what software engineering used to be, right? It's not like something different. The only thing is that you are now telling AI, yes, this is my prompt, these are the details, these are the constraints, these are the responses which I want from you. So just formulate the response in that form, basically, right? So that's one particular thing. Okay. Yes, and yeah. So yeah, this is the anatomy of an effective prompt, if you see, right? So these are the specific things which I have mentioned in the slide, is that what prompt content should look like, what are the different structures of the prompt, what are different components of the prompt. The very first thing is context or role. Okay, so context or role means that let's say you're writing a prompt, you are setting the stage for the response for the AI, that okay, that you are an expert Python developer, or maybe you can mention like, okay, act as a senior software architect. Okay, so you are just setting the base, you are just setting the context or the role for the AI. Okay, that AI should behave it like this. The next thing is your task instruction. Okay, so clearly state what you want. So this is the core of your prompt. Okay, and you need to clearly state what you want the AI to do. For example, if you write, okay, let's say write a RESTful API in Node.js using Express and including routes use for user registration, have a login, and let's say password hashing. Okay, so the instruction is explicit, and the task, the content, the context, and some specifics are mentioned here. Okay, so as I'm saying, the instruction should be as direct and precise as possible about the what outcome you expect. And the next thing is the details and constraints. So let's say first thing is you have set the context and the role. The next thing is you have set the task instructions, and the last thing is your details and constraints. So details is, let's say if you want to include some sort of a requirements, if you want to have tell the let's say AI, okay, let's say if you're writing an essay, let's say you can tell it, okay, like do not more than 200 words. So that's about the constraints. Okay, that's about the details what you want to keep. Okay, so these are one particular thing. Okay, so if I give you one example, so if you have a very specific comment in mind or a tricky task, give an example can really help. Okay, so this is a few short prompting, and I'll tell you about this prompting technique, don't worry. Okay, so this is about an effective prompt. Okay, let's say you have to set the context, you have to set the task restrictions, and you have to set the detail. Okay, this is one particular thing. Cool. Now the thing is crafting a prompt. So if you, so this is one prompt which I'm giving you, that is need a Node.js Express API with user auth and MongoDB. Okay. So if you write a very basic prompt, that write an Express app with user sign up and login, your output result will be basic code. You can say, so basically if I just input into an AI this particular thing, like write an Express app, okay, with user sign up and login, the output code which I will get will be and just an Express app skeleton, okay, with a couple of routes, okay, and it did set up some base it will set up some basic sign up and login routes, but if you notice that if you will notice that it will not write something, the JWT authentication and everything. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you that this particular prompt is very naive, very basic, that you're just telling, okay, the Node.js, okay, that you just need to get this Express app with you, sign up and login. Okay. So now if you refine your prompt and you tell, okay, create a secure REST API in Node.js, okay, for user registration and login, and now use JWT for authentication tokens and Bcrypt to hash passwords, include MongoDB integration and input validation. Now the response that you will be getting from the AI, which will be very, very rich and specific. Okay. Because now you have told the prompt, okay, give me this particular response. Okay, give me this particular response. Okay, so I can even tell you like how, let's say if I just give me 1 minute, I'll share my screen. Okay. Okay, if you can see my screen, I'm not sure. Is my screen visible to everyone? Cool. I guess my screen is visible. Okay, so yeah. So let's now copy a wait. Let's now copy a very basic prompt. Let's say if I write just this particular thing. Okay. Okay. So let's say if I write like just this. So if you see that you will just get, I know it is taking by default something, but yeah, it will not take very much good details, and will just write a very basic skeleton of this particular Express API, right? So let's say if I write the whole particular this thing. Okay. Hmm. Okay, it has given you the skeleton, how to test it, how to do a curl request and everything. Okay. Let's have a now write this particular prompt now. Okay. So I've given a lot of information now. So if you will see that it will now be much more, you can say rich, much more specific what I want. And it will be much more better than the previous thing because I have given a better prompt now. So that's one specific thing. Okay. Which I want to tell you. Okay. Cool. Okay, now the next thing is that what are the some common prompting mistakes what people do? Okay, so the very first thing is that they just put a prompt maybe too vague or too broad. Okay, that it uh that it doesn't give the, you can say, the output type of output which you want, right? And the next thing is overloading one prompt. It means you are writing too many things in the prompt, that you are asking too many things from the AI, that AI gets confused. Okay. So the next thing is lack of context, like not providing the background or assuming the AI knows specific. It doesn't, right? Ignoring format and tone, no iteration, pushing beyond limits and everything. Okay, so these are some common prompting mistake which you should avoid. Okay, and you should make sure that a prompt is very much specific, is up to the mark in order to get the good response. Okay, and the next thing is prompt engineering best practices. So basically, like what are the best practices you should follow in order to be a good prompt engineer. Okay, so you should provide as many relevant details, like you should be more specific, more clear. So if you need, basically you should mention everything what you want. Okay, and you should be more specific and clear. Okay, and you should break complex tasks. Okay, that if you have a complex request, don't hesitate to break it into parts. It can be sequential prompts or multi-turn conversations. Okay, where each prompt tackles a sub problem. So basically, for instance, first ask the AI to generate an outline, then ask it to fill the details on each point, rather than one prompt asking for 100-word detailed essay plus outline plus analysis all at once. Okay, so this particular model approach makes it easier for the model to follow and for you to control the outcome, basically. Okay, you should provide the context and examples, and you should provide the output format as well. Okay, so you must have seen that in a lot of companies now, right? Because you know that many of the companies are not building LLMs on their own. Okay, so there are set of companies which are building LLM on their own. Okay, and there are set of companies which are using the existing LLMs on their own. Okay, so let's say if you want to use the LLM, okay, So what you do is, let's say you are using the LLM. Okay, you are getting, let's say, the customer input. Okay, and then you have a prompt for you. Okay, so basically you have a prompt for the AI model in which you are embedding the customer input and passing it to the AI model, and then the AI model is giving you the response. So basically you are maintaining a full prompt on your end. Okay, so and at that point, when your prompt is integrated on your code, you need to mention the output format of your prompt, of your response, right? So maybe you can mention, okay, that write the response in a particular JSON format, or write a response in a particular YAML, or write a response in a particular configuration. Okay, anything you can mention. So that's how then only you can build your parsing code after that. Okay, because in a lot of companies now this is happening, that they are just writing a prompt, they're using an existing LLM. Okay, and they are just passing that particular prompt in the code to the LM to get the response and then parse the output. So if you have not mentioned the output, basically the exact output you want, the output format you want, okay, you would not be able to parse it correctly. Okay, hence you need to mention it very much properly. Okay, so yes, the prompt is the prompt engineering is very, very important, and these are some of the best practices which I mentioned. Okay. Okay, so Gen AI in developer workflow. So as I told you that developers are currently using Gen AI in a lot of way. Okay, you can say that they are using the prompts to get the requirements and design. They are using the prompt in the coding, testing, debugging. Like at least I know that like even I am using AI in sort of my coding tasks, whether it is about writing texts, sorry, writing unit tests, whether it is about writing some sort of a code, whether it is about refactoring, writing comments. AI is now being used a lot, and you need to be a part of it. Okay, and yes, it's used across various industries. It's being constantly used, which I want to tell you. Okay. Okay, so now this is sort of a strategies which I want to tell you. Okay, so if you see this example which I have given, so this basically the strategies type. So one thing is about zero shot prompting, and the next thing is about few shot prompting. Okay, so zero shot prompting means that you ask the model to do a task directly without providing any examples. Basically, you are just asking the model directly. And the next is one shot prompting or few shot prompting. So basically it means that you are providing some examples before, okay, and then only you are, let's say, getting the output of that particular prompt. Basically you are setting the context that, okay, if I give you this output, I want this response. If I give you this output, I want this response. Then only you give the output, you will get the response in this particular format. Okay, so if I give you one example, just give me 1 minute. I'll tell you what's that example. Okay, cool. So let's say yeah, this is one example which I'm showing you. So if you see this particular prompt very clearly, what I'm saying is that you should review this and give me the sentiment. So this is called few shot prompting, that I'm giving you two examples before that, and now I want the sentiment of this particular line specifically. Okay, so if I just remove this particular part, let's say, now this is called one shot prompting, because or let's say, sorry, this is called zero shot prompting, because I'm not giving any example how I want the output. Let's say if I just press enter, so you can say that it is giving me too much of response and everything. Okay, let's say if I just put now few shot prompting, let's say what it gives. Okay, I guess I need to just refresh this. I guess it is not taking the correct thing. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, let me just set the context here. If I put it here. Okay, if you can see here, if you can see here, the way it is giving you the output was neutral, just right, just giving you one word. So if I didn't give any examples before, let's say if I just gave this, it was giving me like everything, like the review, acknowledge the positive aspect and everything, sentiment. But if I just put the few shot prompting technique and I just give, okay, that give me a sentiment in the one particular word, it will give me neutral. So that's what few shot prompting means, that I just want the output in this particular format, hence give me the output in this particular format. That you are providing an example, and this is very much used in the industry these days. Okay, because where you are get trying to get the response in your code and in your package or in a service from the AI, you put this zero shot, you put few shot prompting, because you want the output, it should be in exact format what you want, because then only you will be able to parse that output. Otherwise your code will fail, because you have, because it will not able to parse the exact desired output, right? Cool. So that's one thing, okay, about zero shot and few shot prompting. Okay, any doubts you have, guys? Any doubts you have in the chat? Please mention in the chat if you have any doubts till now. Any doubts you have, please mention in the chat regarding anything you can ask. Okay, just wanted to ask, like, how many of you use AI in your current day-to-day uh, job? And just give me basically the info, like where you use the AI. Like, will do you use it in coding, writing document, writing tests? Okay. Oh, I see that many of people are using cursor these days. Okay, that's good. That's good. Great. So I guess now you know that why AI is important, right? Because it is actually helping you a lot. Okay, great. I can see people are using AI a hell lot. Okay, that's good. That's good to know that you are using. So now you know that if you're using AI, you need to learn it, right? That's what the scenario is these days. That if you're not learning AI these days, you will be not be, you can say, competing with the actual people who are using AI, right? So yeah, the prompt strategy I told you, it was a zero shot, few shot prompting, which I told you. The next thing is chain of thought. Basically, in this particular in this particular thing, it's about, you can say, asking the model to show its reasoning or go through a step-by-step solution instead of jumping straight to the final answer. So this is specifically handy, okay, for complex prompts where a direct answer is not trivial, okay, like multi-step math problems, okay, or maybe some logical reasoning task, or some difficult intricate coding challenges. Okay, so how do we do this? One simple way is to include a phrase in your prompt like, okay, let's think this through step by step, or show your reasoning before giving the final answer. And this nudges the model to not just spit out an answer, but to actually walk through the solution process. Okay, so for example, suppose you ask, what is the annual water demand of a household of four people if each uses 100 liters per day and they are home 200 days a year? Normally, the model might try to do the math internally and give you an answer. But if you prompt it with, let's think step by step, the model will start enumerating. Let's say you can write, okay, calculate total water per day for four people, multiply by 200 days, etc., and so on. So basically, in this way, you will able to get much more better response, much more better reasoning, exact answers. So basically, let's say whenever you have a difficult question to solve, let's say you have a good mathematical problem, if you have a good coding problem, okay, to solve, try to give it step by step, okay, because then only prompt will also try to reason every statement and give you the exact response. Okay. Cool. The next thing is multi-turn and chaining. Okay. So treat the AI like an interactive collaborator. That is what a multi-turn conversation. So basically, this is basically using conversational aspect of modern AI. So instead of one long prompt, you have a dialogue, okay, and you have asked something, get an answer, and then you continue the conversation by refining or asking the next part. Okay. For example, you might start with, give me an outline for a blog post about microservices. The AI gives an outline, then you follow up, okay, good, now for section 2 provide a detailed explanation with examples. So this is about multi-turn conversations, and so, and it's somehow like you can say chain of thought only. But yeah, so basically in this particular thing, you are now just asking the AI in multiple conversations, in multiple dialogues, in multiple steps, okay, to improve this particular thing. Okay. And yeah, the next thing is prompt chaining, and this is very simple, like breaking a task into sequence of prompt, feeding the output of in one step into next. Like summarize a long test, then you have written okay, then have AI analyze a summary of extract or extracted entities and so on. Okay, so it's about, you can say, you are just breaking a prompts into multiple steps, and that's it's somehow similar only. Okay, cool. Now the you know about addressing LM limitations. Okay, now this is one important thing. Okay, which I want to tell you. Okay, so basically, LM has few limitations. It is not capable to do anything currently. Okay, so one very first thing is context window limits. Okay, so you know that there is a certain number of limit to a particular token which you can send to an AI, right? Then only AI will process those number of tokens and give you the response. So if you give tokens, means in a very easy way, tokens you can understand is the number of, you can say, the text, the number of word combinations you are sending. So that is number of tokens. It means that the AI is actually somehow fixed to process a certain number of tokens, right? If you are passing a number of tokens beyond that, it will trim your text and then give you the output. Okay. So even if you see, let's say, even if I just search here, let's say, open AI API. Okay. If I go to this, okay, and let's say, okay. So if you see the pricing here, right? So this is the pricing. So if you see that the input price for 1 million tokens is $2. Okay. So that's what the pricing is about. Okay. That you need to send a certain number of tokens here. Okay. If you send tokens beyond that, you might not get the response because there is a context window limit. Okay. But set for a particular AI model. And the thing is that if you think that you can make a prompt too large to get the output, then you will be cost more here, right? Because if you can see, so that's what companies are currently focusing on, right? They are working on a technique called prompt optimizations. Okay, so there are few techniques which prompt engineers work in order to optimize the prompt, which will eventually help their company in order to get less cost for that AI model, right? Because see, if you are writing a prompt with, let's say 200 words, okay, and you are just passing the prompt to the AI, you will be charged more because the number of tokens will increase. Okay, and hence you will be charged more. The processing time will be more, the time overall taken will be more, and you will be charged more specifically, right? But if you can optimize a prompt in order to get the desired result, the same desired result, okay, you will be you can optimize the cost here, right? Because let's say earlier, if the company was bearing, let's say, $1,000 per month for an AI, now you can maybe like shift it down to $500 or $400, something like that per month. So that's what prompt optimization is there, technique is there, because there is a limited number of tokens what AI can take, and if you increase the number of tokens, you would not get a desired result, and the more number of tokens you will be charged more, okay, by the AI. Okay, so that's what particular thing which I want to tell you, that yes, you need to manage, you need to work within the limits. Then next thing is hallucinations. Yes, the AI hallucinate a lot, specifically if it doesn't have the context of a particular thing. Okay, so let's say you must have heard about one concept called RAGs, like, which is like, I guess, retrieval augmented generation. Okay, so basically RAGs are responsible, and it makes sure that the AI doesn't hallucinate in most of the things, because see, as I want to tell you that, see, let's say not everyone train the AI model daily, right? So you know that ChatGPT is there currently. So the folks on the who are working on ChatGPT are not training the model daily on a up to date data, right? Because let's say some event happens today, so they won't, the model which is present there on the, you can say, like on their platform on OpenAI, is not trained to handle the current event, right? Because it was trained maybe like few months back, and yes, training is very much expensive for these models because they are trained on a huge number of data. because if you see the variety of responses you can get from the AI, whether you can ask coding, you can ask to write poem, you can write to ask essay, some documentation, some design, it can give you the response everything. So just understand like how much amount of data it would have trained on, and you cannot do it on a daily basis, right? On a daily news, on something, right? So that's what there is a concept called RAG, which is called retrieval augmented generation. Okay, such that AI will go to different resources, gather the information, and then give you the response. So let's say if I ask you, okay, when RCB won the IPL, okay, the AI won't be knowing, right, that the RCBs won the IPL because it was trained on data, let's say, few months back. Okay, but if you ask the AI that okay, who won the IPL, it will give you the response that okay, RCB won this particular season of IPL. And how it is giving the response? Because it has the RAGs inbuilt in it. Okay, so RAGs is like it is going to the web, it is getting the response, okay, from the web. Okay, it is searching for the news, what is going on in the web, and then it is getting that response and giving you the output. Okay, so if I give you an example here, okay, let's say if I tell me, okay, if I just give you the example, okay, suggest me some monitors under 30,000 rupees. Okay, so if you see here, I guess I'm not sure whether it is searching or not. Okay, let me ask it here. I'm not sure. My internet is working. Hmm. I guess my internet is not working. Just give me one. I guess this is actually stuck. Hmm. Okay, let's say if I just put to you, I just open this particular tab. Okay, let's say if I ask it. Okay, so if you can see this line searching the web, right? So it is searching the web and then giving you the response, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. So now, because AI doesn't have this information currently trained on it, so what it is trying to do, it is searching the web, it is getting some sort of a article, some sort of resources, then it is parsing that information to LLM, and then generating this final output, right? So that's what where RAG is responsible for. Okay, because see, AI cannot be trained on every data, right? Because the daily news, the daily stock market, everything, it cannot do that, right? Because you cannot train the AI model every day, because it's not that cost effective, it's not possible technically, and all these things. Okay, so that's what RAG comes here. Okay, because RAG will give you the context, the RAG will give you the info, and now the AI model is can actually parse that info and get you the desired output. Okay, cool, and that's what prevent hallucination as well. Okay. Okay, now as I told that if you are using this AI API, okay, if you can see here, so the API chat GPT, if you are using, let's say, okay, so there are a few parameters here, right? Which if I just open the documentation, uh, I'm not sure whether it is mentioned here or not. Okay, so basically I want to tell you that, yeah, there's a field called temperature. Oh my God, wait. Ah. So basically, whenever you are using any API, you would be asked to set a temperature. That's particular optional. Okay. And temperature means that if you want your AI to be much more deterministic, much more random, you can set it by a temperature. The more closer the number to zero is, the more deterministic your output will be. And basically, zero means the model will always pick the highest probability next word. Okay. Resulting in a very much deterministic output. Okay, and you can use it for, let's say, if you want to get some facts, if you want to get some code written, and if you want to be much more you can say creative. Okay, like at higher temperature closer to one, the model will take more chances and pick less probable words, sometimes into much more diverse or creative answers. So basically AI gets the sort of a set of words and the probability what it want to choose. If you set a temperature of 0, it will choose the most probable word. But if you set it to much more closer to 1, the AI will somehow choose, you can say, some random words which are less probable in order to be much more creative. Okay. So that's one thing which I want to tell you about the temperature. Okay, specifically. Okay. If you are using any of, you can say, AI API in order to build some particular project. Okay. Now the thing is that the career impact upskilling for the AI era, and yes, there are very much high demanding roles. One is prompt engineer, one is GenAI developer, AI UX writer, and a hell lot of things which are there for, you can say, AI specific roles. Okay, so yes, it's very much important. And the other thing is that currently, if you see on LinkedIn, you will see a lot of hiring for AI specific roles. Okay, so if you know about AI, if you have the skill of AI, you can crack those jobs, right? So that's one thing. Okay. And yes, why you should do it? Because you know that every leader in the big company, in the big tech giants, or every leader in the FANG, okay, are, you can say, focusing on AI, right? Because they know the power of AI, how it has taken over, how it can shape their company's economy and everything, right? So yes, you should learn it. And yeah, the thing is that the skills you need to learn in the AI is there are quite a few skills, and the thing is that currently there are no particular courses in the current ecosystem which you can follow, and that's what Coding Ninjas has come up with. Okay, which I was talking about, that they have this advanced certification in GenAI and multi-agent system. And if you see this particular thing here, which I'm pointing to, okay, that you will be learning these particular thing in 6 months duration. You will be learning about Gen AI and prompting basics. You'll be learning about the APIs. You'll be learning about the NLP and the RAG. You'll be learning about advanced RAGs as well. You'll be learning about the AI agents, which are very much demanding these days, and you'll be learning about how to deploy and orchestrate these AI models. Okay, so these are very, very, very important things, and the timing of the classes would be Saturday and Sunday. It will be 3 hours on the weekend. Okay, and it will be live class that you will be have a proper live mentor who is teaching you and guiding you and telling you the info about all these topics. And it's a 6 month program, and once you complete the 6 month program, you will be a very, very much expert in this particular AI field. Okay, so this is one thing. And yes, if you want to like stay, if you want to get connected with this particular program, you want to ask the coding just team about this program, I'm sending you a form link. Okay, which you can fill out the form. And this particular form is not that you are enrolling in the particular program, but this is majorly about, you can say, you are interested in this particular program and you want to get connected with the expert in order to get the idea about what is the program. And yes, once you, if you want to enroll in the program, with, you can just ask the expert for the mentor 30 code in order to get a 30K scholarship. Okay, so yes, you will be building. Yes, agentic AI will be covered in this particular program. This is a 6 months program. So yeah, and this is about the program. The current, if you see that the current fees of this program, which I want to tell you, is approximately 1 lakh. Okay, for the 6 month program. But yes, you can get the scholarship of around 30K. Okay, for which you can just fill the form and reach out to the people, and the coding just team will will call you in like 1 day, and they'll just discuss with you what and will clarify all your doubts regarding this program. Okay, they will clarify all the doubts. Cool, cool, cool. Any doubts you have, guys? Any particular doubt you have, you can ask in the chat. I'll try to clarify it. Okay, I'm not see, like I'm not controlling the fees here. I guess the level of you can say the knowledge you'll be getting from the course and during the 6 months is actually really, really good. Okay, because you know that I shared you the particular 6 month duration. So you can if you have, you can try to get the scholarships. Okay, and if you have any doubt in the program, just fill out the form. You will get a call from the team, and you can discuss about how what scholarships you can get, what is the program, how you will be benefited from this program, because this particular program will help you in order to get your AI skills up to the mark. It can help you to land into some good AI specific roles. And yes, Uh, yes, there are many much live use cases included in the course. Because all the things what you are learning, okay, you will be building a lot of projects in this particular program, right? So you will be seeing actual live courses, right? The live applications or the live use case. Syllabus of the course, I guess just fill out the form and just ask every detail to the team. You will get a call. You can easily discuss like what all things are there. Just have a chit chat, okay. And if you feel like, then only enroll in the program. That's one thing. So if you have any doubts regarding the program, just fill out the form you have. Cool, cool, cool. I guess any other doubts you have, I guess I'll just hand it over to the. Okay, someone is saying that, okay, I guess someone has a question. I have completed a software testing course and I'm currently preparing for a software testing job. I'm 21 graduate in computer science. Due to some health issues, I couldn't join any company earlier. Now that I've recovered and upgraded my skills through proper training, I'm fully ready to start my career in software testing field. Course. Yes, yes, you are eligible for. There's no eligibility check, I guess, for this course. If you want to learn the AI, yes, you are eligible. Cool, cool. Yeah, I guess I'll just end the session. I'll just hand it over to the host here. Like, so he'll just give you the closing remarks for the session. Uh,
Uh, so thank you so much, Anubhav, for such an insightful and informative session taken. So, guys, before winding up the session, I'll be just giving you an overview of what we are actually providing being the part of this program. So, this will be a 6 months live program wherein, first of all, once upon enrollment, we'll be giving you a welcome kit, which will be containing some sort of letters, zipper, ID card, and some sort of things. You will have your orientation done from IT Monday itself, and some guest lectures you will be getting from the IT Monday itself, guys. Once upon successful completion of the certification, you will have a chance to attend a 1 day campus immersion for the certification ceremony at IIT Monday itself. 10 plus 10 plus hands-on 10 plus Gen A projects to work upon your skill sets to practically implement to sharpen to enhance your skill sets, whatever you have learned being the part of this program here in Coding Ninjas. We'll be helping you with resume reviews. You will have the access of NSDC job portal, and you'll find yourself the part of an exclusive 10x developers club. Now, once again, being the part of such a great community helps you out in bringing the best out of your skill sets, best out of your learnings, and also helps you in establishing some good real connections throughout the world. And then after proper upskillment, you will find yourself ideal to hunt for the job roles like GenAI engineer, multi-agent systems developer, prompt engineer, and so on, guys. So once again, if you want to know more about it, if you want to deep dive into it, there is this form link into the chat box. You can simply click on the link, fill in your basic details, and get a chance to get in connect with our counselors one-on-one. They'll be helping you to deep dive into it to know how exactly it could be helpful in your goals that you have set for yourself. So for that, uh, so yeah, we'll be helping you to deep dive into it to know more about how this can be impactful for the goals that you set for yourself. And our whole discussion, if it seems like this is something a perfect fit for you, and you're looking to get enrolled with us, we'll be helping you to get enrolled in one of our upcoming batches for the program itself. So okay, so I'll just be waiting for another 1 minute, guys, so that the people who have not filled in the form yet can still do so. And then we'll be winding up the session for today. Once again, thank you so much for your lovely participation into the masterclass. We hope to see each and every one of you in our upcoming batches for the program itself. Till then, best of luck, guys. The masterclass is over now. Good night.